about your decision, Stud, to go pro, and what your plans
are? Well, I mean, it was a decision I made midway through the season. I wanted to come back. The main reason I came back is to get my degree, and once I did my final degree check, I seen that I was only going to need 3 to 6 hours. So then I decided right then I was going to go through graduation and commencement right then. And I said, well, since this is what I came back for, I can get that done and I can move on to the next level. So it was then when I made that decision. Me and my family talked about it with the coaches, and it's just the best decision for me.
You're ready to really see what else is out there, aren't you?
Yeah, I've had a pretty decent career here, and had a lot of fun. Love my teammates, fans, coaches, the whole atmosphere. Had a lot of fun.
Gerald, did you really almost go out last year? I mean, because you had a great year then too. But what for the academics, or was there something else? I mean, I know you talked about coming back with your guys.
Yeah, it was a high possibility last year. I almost came out, but remember the promise I made to my mother, and coming back was the best decision for me last year. I didn't feel I was ready for the next level. I feel my game has went up a level this year, and I've matured as far as my knowledge of the game and my talents and everything, what I've worked on. Coach Ship has done a lot of work with me and has prepared me for the next level. So, I mean, as far as last year, I was real close to coming out, but didn't feel I was ready, and I wanted to get my degree. And now I'm on the right path to do that, and that's why I made this decision.
Your dad's always been a real big part of everything that you've done here. It seems like he's always been excited about the process of you going through being an OU football player. How's he feel about all of this?
Well, he was real happy. But he's gonna miss the atmosphere just as much as me. My father was one who would beat us to the hotel when we would go out of town and stuff. He would already be there clapping when we getting off the bus. So he loved college football just as much as me, and he's gonna miss it just like I will. But he's my biggest supporter, and we sat down and talked about it, and this is the best decision to make. And he's happy. He's excited.
Is he going to carry that on into your pro career?
I can almost assure you he will. Yeah.
Gerald, I'm sure you're aware of all the draft speculation out there. Your name's always up there in the top 5 somewhere. Do you have any thoughts on the next level and where you expect to go?
Well, I don't really know where I go. I'm praying that I'll be a high pick or go as high as they're saying I will. It's all in God's hands, though. I feel it's in God's plan for me to move on, and whatever he does from here on out, it's just in his hands. I'm just going with it.
Could you expand a little bit on your relationship with Coach Ship
and
what he's meant to you? Because I know he's always talked to you about improving in a lot of areas so that you can handle the next level.
Yeah. Coach Ship has really been on me since I was a freshman in high school. I came down here to the football camps, and it was like immediate. He was on me, and it's just, I guess the rest is history. He doesn't ever let me ease up, never lets me get comfortable, doesn't ever let me think that I'm good at football. He always tells me what I need to improve on. It's never, you're good at this, you're good at that. So you need to improve in this, improve in that. Because he demands perfection, and anything he does, he wants to be perfectionist at it. And he doesn't want me going into he didn't want me jumping to the next level without being prepared. So he stayed on me, and we've grown pretty close, and we got a pretty good relationship. And he's been a pretty good mentor to me, keeping me focused. That's with school and football. So.
Gerald, you said last year you weren't ready,
Mm-mm.
and now you say you are. Other than getting your degree, what about this time that you feel ready? What have you gotten better at, specifically on the field or maybe off the field too?
Well, it was just my whole game, the mental part of it, my technique, all of it has improved as far as my stamina and things I need to work on in the weight room, speed, strength, all that has improved. But my main thing was just my whole overall knowledge of the game of football. I knew about it, but I didn't actually know football. And I know a whole lot more just from last year to this year. I know a whole lot more because that was one of my main focuses, and I improved in that a lot as far as, as well as my technique and everything, my whole game overall.
I'm sure one of the reasons you came back to, in addition to getting your degree and getting better, was to win a national championship. If I told you back then that you'd be the only one of the four guys that decided to come back and play every game, what would your reaction? Would that have changed your decision at all?
I don't think so. That was all God's plan. I always prayed that God would cover me and anything I did, and He did all year. And regardless of what happened this season, God kept me healthy, and I thank Him for that every day. And I don't think by you telling me that it would have changed my decision any, because I still stayed healthy, and I'm going to get my degree. So,
did you, watching everything that happened with this team, and especially Jermaine and Sam, did you gain a new appreciation for being healthy and really appreciating being able to play every game?
Yeah. You learn to not take things for granted when you see stuff like that, especially with two leaders like Jermaine and Sam when they go down. Even Trent, Trent didn't get all the way injured, but there was games where he didn't play due to injury, and you just learn to appreciate the game more and the opportunities you have, and you learn to take advantage and don't take anything for granted.
Gerald, on that same topic, it seems like everybody uses OU as the poster child example of why guys should come out now based on what happened with Sam and Jermaine. Last year you could have done that, but you came back. Now you're leaving. What kind of advice would you give to, say, some of your teammates, or what would you say to that theory that everybody should come out if they have the opportunity?
Well, it's not going to the next level. Not as easy as people make it. It's not like I had a good season, now I'm leaving. It's not that easy. College is college, but the NFL is the NFL, and those scouts know what they want. And there's been guys who have won numerous college awards, got all these accolades, and then they go to the draft and they get drafted third round, fourth round. It's a different level, the NFL. And, have fun in college is what I say. Have fun while you're here, because once it's over, it's over. I'm down to my last game in college, and, it's like it was yesterday when I was moving into the bud. So take advantage of the time you got while you're in college. Stay in school as long as you can. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
You're in a lot of the school videos, to promote things and to educate things. And you've gone to the basketball games. You dress up. You've enjoyed being a student. Right?
Yeah, I love college. My father always told me, have as much fun as you can while you're in college, because you only get it once. You don't get it back. And my mother always used to tell me, why not have fun while you got the opportunity? So that's what I did, tried to make the best of it. Enjoyed college while I had it, and I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to miss college, but I think I'm ready to move on.
You have one more game at the Lloyd Noble where you're going to dress up as something? Or?
If I can get another game at the Lloyd Noble, I might do something. We'll see.
There are three guys who are trying to make the decision that you made last year, basically whether to come back or not. Their first go-around with it, DeMarco, Travis, and Jeremy. Have you talked with them at all, or do you plan to? Or are you just going to let them make their own decision and kind of watch you from afar?
Well, if they come to me for advice, then I talk to them about what I did, the decisions I made, and how I came to that decision. But overall, if that's their decision and their families, that's up to them. I'm just here to lend a helping hand. So if they ever need me, I'm here. I'm not going to try and, get in anybody's ear or do anything like that. Just whatever decision they make, I'll back them. So but that decision is theirs and their families. If they need me, then I'll be here.
You said that you made this decision, or you knew you were going to make this decision halfway through the year. Can you talk about how tough it is trying to make that decision in such a short period of time when your season ends and you got finals and your bowl preparation, you got people in your ear, and just trying to clear it all out and make a sound decision?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I sat and talked with my family about it, And then once we made the decision, then the decision was made and we didn't go back on it. Once we decided, yeah, that's what we're going to do, then it was throw that to the side, let's finish this college football season. Because I'm not in the NFL yet. I'm still a Sooner and I'm still a college football player. And I still had a whole half a season to play. And I wanted to stay focused on that. So
For last year, was it kind of a whirlwind trying to get all that information?
no, it didn't even cross my mind last year until the end of the season, closer to the end of the season. Then I started thinking, well, you know, I have opportunity. The draft board showed me in top 10, all that different stuff. Then it started to cross my mind, but all last season it didn't even cross my mind to the end. But this season I knew what I was going to do, but once we decided, then it was just put it behind us.
Did you even bother sending a film into the advisory board since you made the decision
Nah,
a couple months ago?
didn't.
Is there a little bit of excitement in that the defensive tackle class this year is going to be a very strong one with you and Sue and Cody? It's probably going to be talked about quite a bit leading up to the draft day this year.
Yeah, it is. Big guys finally getting a little bit of recognition. Yeah, me and all three of us, we had a lot of fun down at the Lombardi, exchange numbers, and we talked about that a little bit, how we got a lot of publicity this year, I guess. And I mean, but out of the three of us, none of us really just worry about any of that. We just all give it all we got, you know, work as hard as we can every time we get an opportunity to.
You feel like you're leaving the defensive tackle position at OU in pretty good shape? You like the guys that are playing?
Oh, yeah. We break it down brothers every day. Yeah, so that's my family. I did an interview a while back where I told you guys I've never had any brothers. So my teammates are my brothers, and those D tackles, you know, we're the closest group, and I love them to death. And they'll be all right. They got a lot of talent. I mean, they got Coach Ship, so they'll be good, I promise.
You're making such a major transition, and you have the three other guys that are obviously probably going to go in the first round. Does that make it any easier? You can kind of talk with them. Not going to go in the same position, obviously, but still the first round probably for those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to talk about it. The things they've been doing as far as picking agents and different things like that. Thinking about the possibility of where we could go in the draft. Some of us, well, me, Jermaine, and Sam knew each other before we got here. And then Trent, you add Trent to that. It's a lot of fun because we all came in together, all leaving together, and you talk about all your memories and how things have progressed and how we all moving on at the same time, and you know what to look forward to. So it's a lot of fun, healthy conversation.
You think is it something special that you, Sam, and Jermaine, all first-round guys, probably all from Oklahoma, all came out of high school at the same time? That's pretty unique.
It is. It's kind of crazy, and I always tease those Texas boys. You know, those Texas babies. They always talk about, you know, how great Texas is, and you know, Heisman Trophy winner came from Oklahoma. I always tease them about that, but it's all in good fun, and you know, I grew up with those guys. It's great to see them, you know, be so successful as they have been.
Is that the most disappointing thing for you this year? Is that Sam and Jermaine really didn't get to experience?
Yeah, you know, I hurt for them because I knew this was probably gonna be my last season, and you know, it was most likely gonna be Sam's, and it was Jermaine's. So you always want to play your last season, and for them to be hurt all season, I know it hurt, and it hurt me too. But those guys are strong guys. They persevered through a lot, and they'll be all right. Strong, tough guys.
Do you have any fun discussions about, obviously, the next time y'all meet after this bowl game, you could be going after Sam. We know how much you love Sam, but you could be going after him, or you could be lined up across from Trent.
Yeah, we talk about it a little bit. You know, we tease back and forth. I told Trent if I see him across the line, I'll probably run. I told Sam I'm going to kill you if I see you. And Jermaine, I said I'm going to just cry every time I see you because I know it's probably going to be a touchdown. So, yeah, we always tease back and forth about, you know, the future and what it holds. So, a lot of fun.
Gerald, you mentioned family earlier. I remember a couple years ago you talked about how much your mom wanted you to be an Oklahoma Sooner, and she was a big part in you coming here. What would you think she'd be telling you right now that you're making this decision, and I'm sure you've thought of her a lot throughout this?
Yeah, I have. Like I said, the main reason I came back was because of her. And I think she'd be proud that I stayed in school to work to get my degree, because that's what she was all about at school. She loved football, but she could care less whether I played football or not. She wanted me to get my degree, and she knew how important school was. And I think she'd be proud, and, you know, she backed me in this decision I'm making.
Would you talk a little bit about the community center you want to do and your dream there?
Oh, yeah. Well, the story behind that is one day me and my mother were riding together, and we rode past one. And she told me that was her, that was the idea she had. She wanted to do that, is build it's not really, it's a center for people who've been evicted and need somewhere to stay. They can come there and stay for a few weeks, a few days, however long it is. She told me she wanted to do that. She had found some property or something like that she was going to try and buy. She just had to save up and everything. And, you know, once she passed away, and then, you know, I started to see where I might be able to go. I always said to myself, if I get a chance to get a little bit of money, I'm going to do that for her. And put it in her name. And it's just something I always wanted to do, because she was so passionate about it. She was all about people, and just like me. So that's just something I want to do for her.
Having the passion that you have, being the ultimate kind of fan that you are, what would you say to the fans? Because they're obviously going to miss you. We'll miss you. All these people are going to miss you. What would you say to the fans that go out there and support you every week when you were out there?
I love you guys. The fans are amazing. We need our fans, and they backed us regardless of what has happened. And they give us that boost. The fans play a huge part in while we have this long home streak win record. And, you know, fans are great. You need fans, and I just love them to death. I'm going to miss them. I'm sure there'll be great fans on the next level, but none like Sooner fans. Sooner fans are die-hard fans. I mean, die-hard fans. And, you know, I'll miss them. Love the fans.
Have you talked to AD any about the drastic difference between college life and then moving on to the pros, where it's...
No, I talk more to Tommy or Curtis. You know, he's AD. I mean, we all know that he's AD. I'm not saying he wouldn't talk to me, but, I mean, we all know. I mean, come on now, he's AD. And but I talked to Tommy and Curtis more about it. Reggie some. Just about the differences. I've talked to John Cooper, just about the different things that go on. So kind of got somewhat of a visual of what to expect.
Thanks.
All right.